Hello, longboarding mom. It is the middle of the month already. It's so crazy. And my sister has been doing really good at her sandwich shop and making desserts weekly, daily sometimes because they sell out. And so she's been like, I need another idea on what to make and stuff. And so I found, I don't know if it popped up in um, my like Google something. It was funny because I was talking about pecan pies with my husband. He's like, I want pecan pie this year because I used to make a pecan pie and a pumpkin pie every year. But when there's only 3 or 4 people eating Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner, that's just way too much pie. And so, because yes, I would eat it all. So I was like, ooh, yeah, that sounds really good. And so my sister has been making lots of brownies, different types of brownies and stuff, Rocky Road. That's just the one that just popped up in my head. So I uh, told her about the pecan pie brownies. That's what we're making today. And she made them and they were a hit. And so I had already bought the pecans. I was looking for a recipe that was like homemade brownies because I like homemade brownies. But none of the recipes I was looking at were actually homemade brownies. They were buy a box brownie, buy a box brownie, buy 2 box brownies, depending on, if they were family size or not. This one is, included chocolate chips, and that's what it said, the best ones. So I bought Ghirardelli because there are no bioengineered ingredients in this box. Um, the chocolate chips and stuff I've been buying, they are way more expensive, but there are no bioengineered ingredients in it. So I bought 2 boxes. We're going to kind of follow the directions. So what we're going to do is mix the brownie mix like you would regularly making brownies. And we're going to bake them in the oven. I've got it preheated right now. Well, preheating at 350 degrees. The box says 325, but my recipe that I'm following says 350. We are not going to bake it completely because we're going to pull them out of the oven after I think it's like 25 minutes. And we're going to put the pecan pie mix on top. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so good. So my daughter has been talking about this chocolate pecan pie, and ever since she was a little girl, my dad made this, and I'm like, ooh, it sounds so good, I want the recipe. And so she every year was supposed to give me the recipe, or when she got older, she's like, I'm gonna make you this pie, mom, so this year I was like, I'm just gonna make it. It's been, she's 26 years old, and it's probably been 20 years that she's been talking about this dang pie. And I'm like, I'm just going to make it this year because I was going to make a pecan pie anyway. So I was just going to make it. And this is kind of, the brownie is going to be the crust and then the pecan pie mix on top. Oh, it's going to be so good. So we are going to get making the brownie mix. Really simple. I'm not going to pull out my big mixing bowl because my big mixer, because you don't need it. It's you just dump all the ingredients and just mix it until it's mixed. You don't want to over mix your brownie mix and stuff. So we are going to get started. I got 2 boxes. I need 2 eggs, 1/2 cup of water, and 2/3 cup of vegetable oil, and 9 by 13-inch pan, lightly greased. So I've already lightly greased it. Got my oven preheated. So we're just going to get to mixing. This is going to be super simple. So normally when I do my cake mixes and stuff, I usually use my bag to grease the pan. I just kind of, I don't know, dump it out, put a little grease on it, and grease my pan with it and stuff. But I already greased it because I wanted to have it ready. I'm so excited. I haven't had pecan pie in a really long time, and that one is my favorite. I just don't know if my son's going to really like this or not. So I'm going to get a half a cup of filtered water. I'm pretty good about getting the measurements right, but I went over just a little bit. All right. So that is a half a cup of water. I didn't pull all my ingredients out. That's so funny. So I got to get my oil out. I need 2/3 cup of oil. Find it on me. There it is. Oh. Came out a little fast. Brand new bottle. All right, 2/3 cup oil. And my sister and I were talking about, we love to bake brownies, homemade and stuff, but oh my gosh, when you're making homemade brownie, depending on what recipe you're using, the recipe calls for like 2/3 cup of chocolate cocoa powder, and that's a lot. So funny. So you guys know I always do my eggs one at a time, and I always smell my eggs. And also, you don't want to do them directly into your batter, because if it's a rotten little egg, or you've got a eggshell and stuff in it, you don't want to drop that in there and have to try and dig that out, right? Okay, so I've got my 2 eggs in there. My sister's secret ingredient is her vanilla paste. And look, I'm almost out. I'm going to have to beg her for some more. I got to stop using it for when I'm baking for other people, because like I've got other vanilla for that. Because this is my special, but she adds a little vanilla. That's what I was talking about. We like to make our own brownie mix, but sometimes when you can't, you want to doctor up your own little stuff and make it taste better. But I mean, Ghirardelli is just amazing in itself, right? So yeah, her sandwiches, she does a different sandwich a week, and a different soup a week. Sometimes she sells out of her soup and she'll make another batch of soup. She really likes everything fresh, which, who doesn't like fresh food? And now she's got gift certificates, so I want to send her money and buy a gift certificate, because she likes to hide little crafty things around town and stuff. They've got this, I don't know, I don't know what website it is, but you hide your little crafts around town, and it's like a little scavenger hunt and stuff. And she's been doing that, and it gives her so much joy. And so I want to buy a gift certificate so she can go hide one of them with one of her little craft thingies. It's so cool. Okay, so it's pretty much mixed in. And see, there's chocolate chips in there, so I'm pretty sure I got all the big chunks out. Okay, so we are going to, I've been squeaking. It's squeaking. It's so weird. It's brand new, but it does, when I turn it on, it does a squeaky noise. I don't know what to call it. Okay, we are going to dump this into here as even, get it even in there. We're going to bake it for, let me check my little phone here. We are going to bake it for 20 minutes or 10 minutes less than the package directions indicate. So I'll check my directions and see, how long. I think it's depending on the pan size and stuff. They don't have a 9 by 13 pan size. What's funny is I always do my brownies in this size pan anyway because I like them thinner and chewier. But you don't want to cook them all the way because we're going to put that pie stuff on top and cook it for another 20, I think that's like 35 to 40 minutes. But while this is baking in the oven, I'm going to get all the other ingredients out for the pecan filling. And you get all that stuff mixed all together. I'll probably wash this bowl and just mix it all in this bowl. I'm not going to need this big gigantic bowl, but since I already have it down, mix that around. Okay, so I'm going to spread this around evenly. Get this in the oven. Oh, let me check the box directions. So it says 8 by 8, 39 to 43 minutes, 43 to 48 for 8 by 8 glass. A 9 by 9 metal, it's 39 to 43. So 8 by 8, 48 minutes. We will do the 20 minutes, it says, and check the doneness of it. We might go a little bit further, and then, because we've got to bake it for another 25 to 35 minutes. Okay. Get it all off there. Get it in the oven. Bake it for 20 minutes. We'll check it and see how done it is, and then maybe put the pie filling on it. We'll be right back after we clean up this mess. I think I got all my ingredients together. I just dumped out 1 cup of whole pecans. So this recipe calls for 2 cups of pecans, either chopped or whole. I'm going to chop some and leave them whole because I don't like them all whole, but I do like some big chunks in my pies. So we are going to chop some. I already put 1 cup in there. We need 1/4 cup of melted butter. That is in the microwave. I don't know if it's completely melted all the way. We'll check that here in a second. I don't know if you guys can. You probably can't hear my kitty cat chirping at me. He's so funny. He wants to play. Play. That's all he ever wants to do anymore. Okay, so 2 cups of that. My recipe turned off on me. Let me turn it back on. I know I need sugar. I know I need butter. I know I need 1.5 cups of sugar. So I got 1.5 cup sugar. I also need, oh shit, you didn't hear that. I needed 1 cup of sugar, 1.5 cups of, try not to get the pecans in there. Oops, pecan. 1.5 cups of corn syrup. I'm thinking I might need new glasses, guys. Let me see. I can scrape this out. Nope, that's not gonna work. I've already used my other one. So, hi, you guys saw me mess up on camera. I'm loving it. Okay, how about we do that? Because I got chunks of pecan. I'm gonna add that to my husband's tea. He won't even know. Okay. Anyway, now I need 1.5 cups of corn syrup. We'll do a little bit less corn syrup. How's that? Because I've got all that sugar in there. Oh, this is the brand new one. So I'm gonna do just a little tiny bit less than this. Might take the whole bottle. Ooh, a little bit less than the 1.5 cups. Oh, I could have taken some out over there. Okay, that's okay. I also need 1.5 teaspoons of the vanilla extract. Wonder if I should have mixed this all first before I put the pecans in. Um, heat. I started with the last ingredient first. That's so funny. That's okay. I'm going to 1.5 teaspoons vanilla before I forget, and then we've got 4 eggs that we got to add to that. And trying to hurry because I did the dishes. I kind of messed around a little bit. My timer is going to go off here in a second for those brownies. And you want to have this mixture mix so that you can put the brownies or pull them out and put them on. Oh, there they go. Okay, I can give them another 5 minutes while I mix this stuff around. Yes. Okay. So the eggs, I'm going to mix really good before I dump in there. We want 4 eggs. You know, it has been so long since I made pumpkin or pecan pie. I don't think this is the recipe that I normally use. I've got a recipe in my Betty Crocker cookbook that I use. I love it. I love that cookbook. I got that for my 18th birthday, and I absolutely have learned a lot of stuff out of that cookbook. I use a lot of recipes. Some I've turned into my own, but you know. Okay. Still got to add the butter, but I'm going to try to mix this around a little bit before I add the butter to it. So I don't want to cook the egg with the butter. You know, pour it in and it cooks the egg. Scrape out the rest of the ooey goodness that was in the bottom of that. The egg, the stuff in there. Okay. As I'm mixing this around, I'm going to pour the butter in and get it all mixed in. And then I'm going to put a hot pad down so I can pull that brownie mixture out. We're going to dump this on top and make sure it's evenly on top of the brownies. And then we're going to put it back in the oven for another 25 to 35 minutes. Okay. Feels like all that sugar is scraped up from the sides. I'm going to set that aside, move this out of the way, grab my hot pads. My dirty hot, they're not dirty, but you know, well used. My well used hot pads. Pull this out. Ooh, nice. So I am also making, I made corn chowder yesterday, so I'm going to can that today. And next week, I'm so excited, I'm going to try to attempt to make pretzel rolls. I figured I've got down making my like bread rolls. Oh, see, it kind of breaks it. So that's why you want to, did you see it break the brownie mix? Oh, it's gonna. Okay, so I kind of got down making my jalapeno cheese rolls for sandwiches and stuff, and I was like, why not? I could make bagels out of those. But I watched a video on how to make pretzel rolls and hot pretzel like buns for hot dogs and stuff. Oh, yum. So I'm going to try to make those next week. I kind of broke them. Kind of broke my brownie. I see that in the middle. But that's okay. Okay, so we're going to put those in for another 25 to 30 minutes. And it's got to be a little jiggly in the middle, not real jiggly, but just a little bit, because you don't want to overcook the sugar and burn it. It has been 25 minutes. We are going to give it the jiggle test. If you can't pull it out of the oven without it jiggling too much, see that wiggle in the middle? It's a jiggle too much. So we're going to put it back in there for another 10 minutes. That'll be about 35 minutes. It should be done. Oh, hate when I go over. Okay, 10 minutes, start. It has been 35 minutes. We do not want to burn our sugary treat. Oh, wow. That looks so good. A little jiggly. Is okay. I'm gonna check it with a toothpick. Because I'm worried. It looks like it's done. And I'm thinking, yeah, I'm thinking it's done. This is where I'm. What do you, it's so, I don't want to burn it. I think I might give it, the chocolate on there scares me. I'm going to give it 2 more minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I'm going to open that up so I can transfer it easier. It is going to bake. It is still going to bake a little bit longer, but that chocolate, that's brownie mix, I think it looks like. So, hi, handsome boy. Hi, cutie pie. He's slow winking. 1 week. Yeah. Is that your favorite spot? Yeah. It's been 2 more minutes. Let's hope it's done. I'm sure it's done. I don't want to overcook it. You don't want to overcook it. Oh, that's better. It's still jiggly, but not too jiggly. I usually do overcook my pies because I'm afraid of that jiggliness. So it's going to cook a little bit longer. You know, look at that bubbly and stuff. So it does cook a little bit longer. I can't cut this for another like 45, 50 minutes. The longer it sits, the better off it will be. It needs to cool, and then it says to cut it into 20 squares. I'm going to go take some Halloween photos of my kitty cat because I bought some pumpkins and it's sunny outside and I didn't get to go to the pumpkin patch, so I'm going to make my own little pumpkin patch. It's been a few hours. I did some deep cleaning. I took a shower. I'm getting ready to make dinner, but I cannot stand it any longer. I want to try this. I'm hoping it's done all the way. I'm worried about the middle being too gooey. I'm hoping it's just the pie. And I took the edges and kind of took a knife around the edges because it's going to be a mess to clean up. Okay. Oh, I need a plate.
Hi, long-boarding mom with four fingers.
My husband's afraid I'm going to cut myself, so yeah, I'm worried that the middle's gooey. We'll cut it all and see. Because the edges are done. I know the edges are done. I think that's 20. Okay. First ones are always hard to get out. Make sure I loosen the whole edge there. I might have needed to grease it or maybe put a parchment paper down or something. Because I did grease it, but I don't know. It said lightly. I'm going to get a spatula. A metal spatula, and we're going to see if we can get a couple of these out. Not easy to get out, are they? Not easy at all. And they're still gooey. Ah. Yep. So I should have cooked the inside, the brownies, a lot longer. Darn it. The top is done. The top is done, but the bottoms are gooey. The middle, and you know what? I think that's the pie. Because the pie got inside the brownie part of it. I don't know. The inside, the pie got in the brownie, the middle mixture when I was pouring it. So I don't know if it's cooked all the way. Oh man. That looks like pie. It looks like it's done, but it looks like should I try it?